What is up, everyone? Welcome back to more Detention. We are now on chapter 1. We left off with trying to figure out why is Wei hung up in this position he's hung up in. As you can see, he's hung upside down. And we're going to unfold a lot of stuff in chapter 1. Chapter 1 is just the beginning of the horror stuff when it comes to detention. So, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe down below. And let's get started. So Wei is fucking hung up upside down. First things foremost, go over here and grab the candle, because you can't really do nothing else until you grab the candle. So, as Fane said, it's too dark to see anything, so the candle will help us. I should take the candle with me. This should light the way. So, there's nothing here. I know this jacket. It belongs to Mr. Kai. Alright, we're gonna figure out why Wei ended up in this position. So, we had to head back to the school. I hope I can wake up from this nightmare. The door's locked. We have no key for it. So, we're going to try to head back towards the river. We can even look at here if we want to, but isn't pretty too much shit in here. So note, first thing first, book club. Book club. A note with a conversation. Hey, I heard a teacher started a club for the students and are reading some prohibited books. Really? I thought that the book club was just a place for studying. So, as you remember, we collected these in the last chapter. So if I remember, that's like a total of 10 notes you should collect. Notes and clues throughout the first chapter. So this is first of many. So keep a note of that. A dead mouse. No wonder it smells so bad in here. So, there's nothing else in this room to grab besides that note. So, a teacher started a book club of prohibited books. Remember, this is under martial law. So, anything that has information pertaining to communists, you can be judged very, very handily at this time. So the old banyan tree, the famous sacred tree of this mountain, it looks rather spooky at the moment. It's a gravestone. Why is there a grave here? The engravings on the tombstone were all rubbed off. And we're gonna deal with our first enemy in chapter 1. These enemies are called the Lingered. When was this built? A shrine? Worshipping a few deities? I don't recognize any of them other than the earth god. Huh. What's the thing next to the incense burning? We have received the auditorium key. There's a note under the key. What's this? And here we go. Added to journal. Illustration facing the Lingered. Picked up at the shrine. Seems like a page from a children's book. Don't be scared when you see the Lingered. Just hold your breath and quietly walk away. Okay, so that is telling us how we get past the Lingered. The Lingered, you don't want to run too close to them. As you can see, the Lingered is feasting on a bowl down below in the right hand corner of the screen. If you end up getting too close to the Lingered, they will aggro and they start to attack you. And you really can't do much after that, especially in an area like this here. So what you want to do is you get a little close. Don't get too close. If you get too close, they will aggro. So you want to hold your breath. But you got to be quick because you only have a certain amount of time until Fane has to come back up for air, and that will alert the Linger. As you can see, my screen is coming blurry now. And now I got to go because I was too close to that Linger. But yeah, anytime you about to Linger, you got to make sure you hold your breath in order to get past them. There will become a point in time where you can offer food up for them to as a distraction. As you've seen there, the food served as a distraction for me to get past. So they will tell you about that later on. But the Lingard, man, they're a pretty cool enemy. Not to be messed with, obviously. I've never died to the Lingard, but like I've got spotted multiple times against them. But they're pretty easy to dodge though. So let's examine the key. The auditorium key found in a shrine of Earth God. Normally Mr. Kai keeps them in his possession. Okay. So let's go up to the door. Use the key. This should be the right key. Okay. At Lone Daffodil, it must have been very hard for you. So we're gonna go around and examine throughout the school. Remember, this is the room where the only phone is. We can't go in there at the time, I don't believe. Who can be calling at this time like this? Perhaps I can get some help. We're not gonna answer it just yet. But right here is a shrine where you can save your game. So these become very vital. If you do die, like at certain points, I believe you just start off from like the checkpoint as opposed to starting off from the shrine. So just make sure after you complete a couple things, come to the shrine and you save it. You know what? I'll do the phone now since we're here. A bookshelf filled with books about history, leadership, and the war. If I remember right, the principal was also a war veteran. Okay. Now, you can get a trophy here for dialing 119, I believe, or 110. If you dial those two numbers, you get a trophy. So, let's answer the phone first. Wei said he was going to try to get a hold of the townspeople. Maybe they're calling back. So, hover over the phone and click A to grab it to answer. Hello, I am a student from Greenwood High. Someone here was found dead. Please send help. Hello, can anyone hear me? Fane, I am waiting for you in the counselor's office. What? Who is this? What in the world is going on? Who was that? He did not. How did he know it was me? The counselor's office is on the 3rd floor. Okay, so now we had to go to the counselor's office on the 3rd floor. Now, like I said, you can get a trophy here. Okay, let's see. Streaming painting. It's a scene from near the school. So before you pick up the phone, I believe you have to dial 119, and then you get a trophy that way. I'm going to save here, just cause why not? I'm already here. The file cabinet, shouldn't it be locked up? A watch list for what? The folder is empty. So we have this watch list. The watch list will become important later on in the game. Okay, before we go up to like the 2nd and 3rd floor, we're gonna transverse all the way down over here to the other end of the 1st floor. This is all boarded up. We move stuff in and out of this room during the school year a lot. Brings up bad memories. Okay. We're gonna have to go through this door here, but we can't. Mr. Kai's room, what's on the door? It seems to have a bunch of talismans painted on it. Strange. It's not locked, but I can't open it. So we can't open this door. Remember? So the talismans on here is preventing us from opening the door. So we're gonna need some paint thinner in order to get rid of the talismans and open the door. So we're gonna get that once we get upstairs. An essay from my sophomore year. When's the last time they updated this bulletin? So, over here, we're going to need to know the combination to this padlock in order to get on this side of the stairs. And this will ultimately lead us up to the 3rd floor. Alright, let's make our way up to the second floor. What I like to do is I like to go floor by floor, clearing everything out. That's the way you don't miss anything, like in terms of notes or clues or whatever. So let's head that way now. Okay. Talisman of protection are all over this wall. It's all boarded up. Can't get in no way. I can't see inside at all. Okay. And if you look, you can see like this figure right here. Don't it look like a human figure sitting right here looking at us at the window? You'll understand more of this stuff once we get deeper into the game. Okay. The sliding door is wrapped in barbed wire. I may be able to cut it with the right tool. So we gotta get, I believe, wire cutters to cut that open. Died young written on a paper. This is Wei's classroom. Interesting. Very, very interesting there. Is it referring to Wei? Because we just seen him downstairs at the auditorium, hung upside down. Now we have this. You are on your own now. Who wrote this? Okay, so we got to figure out some of these things that's going on in this game. This is Wei's seat. There's some writings on the desk. Strengthen thy wings, the sky's the limit. Take note of that quote. That'll also come and play later in the game. Announcement flyer handed out by instructor Bai. Gambling is prohibited on campus. So there's another note. This is the school's ban on all acts associated with gambling. Whoever's caught gambling will be expelled. So instructor Bai don't play. He gonna get you for any and every offense that he can find. So this path is blocked off. A pile of wood debris is blocking the way. Seems to be broken parts of desks and chairs from the classroom. Okay, we're in a women's bathroom, I believe this to be. Yeah. So this bathroom is all fucked up. Why is everything so fucked up in this school all of a sudden? Darkest red stains in the sink. Something's jammed in the pipe. A die in a place like this. Item received, single die. So we're gonna have to collect a couple of die in this chapter. A rotten smell coming from inside. I don't want to open it. From the shit we don't found, I wouldn't want to open nothing in this school at all either. This is disgusting. How did it get so nasty? The door is all covered in stains. Is it mold? Nah, I wouldn't say it's mold at all, Fang. It's locked. Don't think anyone's inside. Okay, now we're going to examine this mirror here. This used to be where I could clear my head. Right now, however, it only gives me goosebumps. What's this? There are pliers in the sink. Okay. Fence pliers. My head hurts. I look like hell. How did Wei die like that? Am I in danger as well? White deer, please tell me this is all but a nightmare. Forgotten or just too afraid to remember? Okay, so it turns out Wei is dead. How did he die though? That's the question. That's what we've been trying to figure out since we started chapter 1. What? Who was that? So that note upstairs we found down the hall right here, I guess is a reference to Wei. He died young. Oh, we got lingered. Let's back out. Let's back out of here. I forgot that lingered fucking sits there. But if you don't want to encounter the lingered, you can always go through the classroom here and just go behind the lingered. But we're going to encounter the lingered just for the sake of the video. So, there we go. It's kind of dark, so I can't really see shit, but you can see that shadow illuminating right there, getting closer and closer to us. Woo! Woo! Y'all see that shit? That fucking linger swung at me. Look at that. Spot. Alright. I'm gonna hold my breath. And we gonna get moving. Let's walk past the linger. Okay. That's how you get past the linger in any section. If you don't have food offerings, you can always sneak past the linger that way by holding your breath. But sometimes the linger does a skip movement, as you seen the second time when I went out, and it skipped towards you. So you have to be very careful of that. But you always have to keep your distance no matter what when it comes to the linger. Alright, let's use the pliers. The sliding door is wrapped in barbed wire. Yeah, we read that already. I'm gonna read the description first. A fencing plier able to perform cut, pull, and twist. So let's use that now. Let me cut this. Okay. I'm gonna head upstairs first before I enter that room. Let's read the description on the die as well, actually. A single die. A die with a worn out surface, contraband item in the school. So remember, the die is a reference to gambling and it's contraband. It is considered contraband in the school. So if Instructor Bai were to catch you for something like this, you would be expelled on the spot. Okay, this is the 3rd floor. Look at this shit. Blood everywhere. Look at this. Blood stains. And we have yet another linger sitting right there. Let's go through this door right here. Okay. Now we're on the 3rd floor, right? And this is the only classroom I believe that's on the 3rd floor. So we're gonna examine this desk. You see blood stains everywhere on the chair, on the desk. Let's read it. Only a single desk and chair sitting in the middle of the class. It evokes a sense of solitude. There are some engraved marks on the table. They seem to be words and symbols, but they're too faint to read right now. Okay, we're gonna have to do some fucked up shit in order to figure out what's on this desk. When we get to it, I'll explain more. But we're gonna have to come back up here to the 3rd floor and figure out what's on that desk. It's gonna help us with something that's on the 1st floor of the school. Okay, I'm gonna skip the lingered for right now. And I don't believe nothing to be in the room. We can examine the windows. It's a dead silence in the classroom. They're probably all got home. Yeah. And we can't go this way. I don't remember these steel bars being here. Guess I'll have to find a way to the other side. So, only way we get up here is if we use that padlock that's on the 1st floor. So, everything on this 3rd floor will help us with that padlock. Okay, so now we're going back to the 2nd floor. We're going to go through that door that we opened with the pliers. Fucking talismans for protection. There's a lot of shit going on in the school. What's going on? What's really going on right now? Alright, so this is the medical storage area, I believe. Yeah, health center. And there's a note sitting here on the floor. A note on the floor. Illustration, food offering. So this is what I talked to you guys about earlier. Picked up on the health center corridor. Put down the offerings and revere the linger. Then hold your breath and do not linger. So in this room, we're going to get a food offering inside the health center here. We have to go through this door, but right now it's locked. A storage room for medical supplies is locked. The nurse should have the key. So the key is in this room right here. But once we come back out here after grabbing the key, it would be a linger sitting right here on close to the door. So we won't be able to get in it without offering the food. So let's go in here and get it. And like I said, you probably only need the food offering for like 2 sections in the entire game, and that's about it. Because the game is so short and you want to deal with the horror elements in the first 3 chapters. But let's go grab the key and the food offering. The altar here if you want to save your game. I'm going to save it again, because why not? We here. Okay. And here goes the food offering on this stool here. Item received, food offering. Let's examine it and look at it. Food offerings for the dead. There's like some rice, chopsticks, and some incense. So some incense to lure the lingered, and the rice for eating. Alright, so let's examine this. A Snelling chart for an eye examination. The light box can be lit if I remember correctly. So we got an eye chart here, and it's pretty clever. Here's the switch down here, so let's hit the switch. And as you can see in the corner down here, there's a key. There's a shadow in the corner. Pull the board up. Yeah, so let's pull the board up, and let's grab the key. Item received, medical supply storage key. So this is the key we need for that room outside of this room here. So let's examine it. Hidden in the visual chart light box, the key to the medical supply storage room. Alright. So another note here, several documents on the desk, added to journal, patient records. Diagnostic report from the health center. How can students be injured so severely like this? My theory is it's got something to do with the lingered. That's why I think that students injured so severely. Date April 20th. Name Han Main Chun. Age 17. Gender male. Conditions right arm comminuted fracture. Left wrist bone fracture. So don't know how the fuck they get fucked up like that. But that is a weird way, man. It's a severe injury. Alright, so this door is locked from the other side, and this is the door that's where we pretty much gotta go. So to avoid the linger, we're gonna go back through this door once we enter the door with the key, the storage room. Alright, so let's go out here, and as you can see, we have a linger sitting out here blocking our path. So what you want to do is pull up your inventory and drop the food offering, and that'll get the linger's attention. Let's hold our breath and walk past the linger as it chows down on that rice and incense. Alright, let's use the key. The door is unlocked. And the set pieces in this game is fantastic, bro. Like the lighting, how Fang illuminates in the room, like everything's dope in this game. Emergency showers and eye wash station. Something's in a water bowl. Another die. Item received 2 dice. So we have 2 dice right now. Let's look in this box here. A sharp smell coming from the metal box. This is paint thinner. So item received, paint thinner. It's the paint thinner we have to use on the talismans downstairs. And we don't have to go this way because the linger will be blocking this door. So let's head back this way to unlock the door. And now we can just go right past the linger and don't have to come back up to the section. We can grab another food offering though. And we out of here. Alright. So we're gonna head back downstairs and use that paint thinner on the door downstairs. And there should be a linger somewhere around here, I believe. Yeah. I gotta keep my eye on this fucking linger. Alright. He just gave us time by skipping forward, so we're gonna run past it. And now let's use the paint thinner on this door. I don't think I examined it. Let me see. Okay. Solvent used to clean up paint. A sharp smell emanates from it. So that's the description of the paint thinner. This should be able to remove the talisman drawings. Alright. The drawings have been removed. Let's go in. Alright, let's look at the board. A country map. We have to memorize each province name for geography class. Funny thing is, I'm not even familiar with our own little town. What's the point of knowing about this place? About places that are so distant? Why is there a knife stabbed in the table? Despite the rust, it still looks sharp. Item received, utility knife. The table's a mess. Someone stabbed it repeatedly with the knife. Did Kai do this? by the township office. Every household has one. Poster of a famous celebrity. The room smells like old alcohol and smoke. I am suffocating. Yeah, this room looks fucked, man. Look at this. A chipped white ceramic bowl. Can't lift it up. Somehow it's stuck. See, look at this. Typo, another typo. Game. Somehow it's stuck. It's stuck, gang. That's how you had to write it. Can't lift it up. Somehow it's stuck to the table. There are scratching marks inside the bowl. Guess the rumor of people gambling in school was not a rumor after all. Alright, so let's use our dice and see what happens. I should throw the dice. But look at the engravings inside the bowl. There's 3 engravings, not 2. But I've seen people doing it. I think it requires 3 dice to play. See, there you go. 3 dice. We only have 2 so far. So let's go out. The 3rd dice will be in this bucket right here. A water bucket. Something's in there. Another die. Item received. 3 dice. Dark stains at the bottom of the bucket. That smell. And the swarming bugs. Better stop looking at it or I might throw up. So a lot of shit went on in this room. Pretty much. We know gambling did. But I think some shit much more grim probably went down in this room. Probably like somebody getting beat up for money they didn't owe. They don't owed up. And they didn't pay. So you can use your imagination to figure out what went on in this room here. So why else would there be a fucking bucket with blood in it? You know what I mean? And it's gonna further my point once we get to the ceramic bowl. Now look at this shit. I have 3 dice now. Toss the dice in. Let's toss the dice in. Pay attention to the dice. Remember how they looked. Now these fucking dice are turned into teeth. Look at this. We've clearly been examining the dice and they look just like dice. But now we put them in a ceramic bowl, they look like teeth. So tell me my theory about motherfuckers getting beat up or something in here for money they owe and then pay up. Ain't true. And they have markings such as dice. So we have 6, 2, 3. Keep this number in mind. Whoa, what's this? Teeth? I thought I was holding dice. These numbers. No way. I am pretty sure those were dice when I threw them in. Added to journal, dice, teeth. What happened? After throwing the dice into the bowl, they turned into teeth. Are the numbers supposed to mean something? Yeah, the numbers mean something to us. Remember that padlock that's on the other end of the first floor? This is the combination for that padlock. What's that sound? The bowl came loose. Item received, ceramic bowl. Alright, let's head out. You gotta be careful here because you could miss a collectible or note here. And if you look on the stool, there's a piece of paper here. This will be our next collectible. A note on the bench. Illustration, cutting throat. Found in Mr. Kai's room, the prophecy is revealed when a sacrifice is made with the blood of an innocent. So ask yourself, why would they be showing us illustration of cutting throat? I'm gonna let it sit there. I'm gonna let you answer it to yourself for a while, and then we're gonna progress, and you're gonna see. I told you some pretty fucked up shit's about to go down. Okay, this is really disturbing. Yes, it is indeed. We searched everything here. Yeah, okay. Let's get out of here. Okay. Alright. So we know the code to this padlock. Right? We know it is 623, but we don't know what 623 looks as when it pertains to these symbols here. So we still have more work and clues to collect. So let's go do that now. Yep, we had another lingered here, but we're not gonna go this way just yet because we have to go back to the auditorium. Now again, and at this point, I believe you guys can put 2 and 2 together. We know Wei is dead here. We found that out from the note from earlier. But the fucked up shit I'm referencing is this. Pay attention. Wei's body is hung upside down. Look at my items. Look at my items below. So what you have to do is, you have to take the utility knife, put it to Wei's neck, and you have to cut his neck open. And that's fucked up upon itself. That's just fucking disturbing. So let's do that. And we're not finished. Look at this. And pay attention to Wei's face. I think I'm supposed to collect the blood. You think you're supposed to collect the blood? Fang is fucked all the way up. Alright. Let's put the bow there. Now pay attention to Wei's face. The blood's draining into the bowl. Item received, bowl of blood. Up, and did you see that? Did y'all see Wei's eyes open up? This is fucked up, man. The guy we came to know in the prologue, who seemed like a pretty decent guy, in chapter 1 he's hung up, and we have to come back towards the latter part of chapter 1, cut his throat and collect his blood. It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. Now that note makes a lot more sense, right? Let's go through the note one more time. They got me stuck on fucking Wei. Alright. The prophecy is revealed when the sacrifice is made with the blood of an innocent. Now, we use Wei's blood. Now, we have to determine whether he's innocent or not. So we gotta stay tuned. You guys gotta stay tuned for the story to unfold. Alright, so I'm gonna hold my breath and try to run past the linger there. And when I come back this way, I'll probably offer up the food offering so I can get past them quicker. That's the principal's office, man. And let's see. Alright, we good. Alright, now we gotta go back on the 3rd floor. Remember what I told you guys. This blood should be foreshadowing to what we have to do. Remember I told you guys about the engravings on that desk. So when it comes to the engravings on the desk, we have to use the bowl of blood to put on the desk in order to read the markings. So a bowl of blood drained out of Wei's remains. It's still fucked up to read that too. So let's throw the blood on the desk. The blood sank into the markings. What can I use to print out the engravings? So in order to print out the engravings, you want to use your notepad here. And that's how you get the engravings. Making a print with the notebook. Add it to journal. Blood print. Blood print. Printed from the classroom desk. Written as symbols and numbers from Yi Ching or the Book of Changes, an ancient Chinese divination text. A microcosm of the universe and a symbolic description of the processes of change. So this is how you figure out the code for that padlock down at the bottom of floor 1 on the right side. So remember our code was 623. There you go. So we had to put those symbols in the padlock in order to get to the 3rd floor. So let's go do that. Now I believe we collected all of the clues in this chapter so far. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go to the notes. Okay. We should have about 7 or 8 right now. I think we need at least 2 more. Alright. Let's go open this padlock. Let's get to the other side. Alright, the linker's here, so I'm going to put this food offering down. Oh. My back was turned as fuck. Alright. I just wasted it. But it's cool. We gotta see which way the linger goes first. This fucking asshole. Alright. Should be turning around sometime soon. Alright, now let's go down here to the padlock and open the door. Alright. Let's go to our inventory, look at our notebook, and inspect it. So, sits is 2 lines dashed from the top one and the bottom one, and 2 is the line dash from the top. So, the sits, that's 2. Let's look at 3 one more time. And 3 is a dash in the middle. And that is how we unlock the door. Click, sound from the lock. Alright, let's go. There's nothing else you can do but go to the 3rd floor. Same thing, door's boarded up, I can't get in. Alright, let's enter here. Nothing, you can't do nothing here but save the game. So let's save the game here. Alright. There's no notes in here at all. Like I said, only thing to do is save the game in here. I can walk around and show you guys. Right, there you go. The class schedule has no use to me at the moment. Right, so let's enter to the 3rd floor room. Alright, so take note of this hallway here. As we get further and further down, the hallway would go. It would be longer than what it was when we entered. And there would be a reason specifically for this. So let's get into it. Let's examine this. Counselor's office. Let's try to go in. It's locked. Now pay attention to the right side of your screen. Immediately, once you take control of Fang, start running. Because this monster, he will kill you in 1 hit. And as you don't try to examine nothing can be examined in this section. Just keep running. Because you stop to examine something, you're dead. So, remember I said the hallway was long? It's super long. Get to the door, open the door, and you're safe. You don't want to stay there for too long. That is a part where you have to pay attention a lot. The door disappeared. I'm surrounded by walls. I don't know how to pronounce that shit. I'll just say Buddha. Someone wrote Buddha's name all over the wall. And as you can see, it's literally written all over the wall. Added to the journal, counseling records. A piece of ripped counseling record. Age 17, mother is a housewife. Negative, troubled attitude, constant tardiness, gradually improving, require follow-up, encourage leisure activities such as reading, signed by faculty members, Counselor Chang, homeroom teacher Yin, JROTC officer by Principal Shin Jin. Now this counseling record is in reference to Fang. So she's a trouble student. She has problems at home. She's constantly being tardy. But it's improving. So take note of the faculty members down below. Primarily the counselor, which is Mr. Chain. So Counselor Chain, he's an important character that I told you guys at the beginning of the game. Her homeroom teacher, Miss Yin, is also an important character, and the officer is Instructor Bai. So take note of those 3 characters. Those are 3 of the 5 important characters in this game. But yeah, as you can see, Fang has been counseled by Counselor Chang, and her teacher is Miss Yin. So it's unraveling just a little bit. All right, now we at home. So let's examine. What? Mom's throwing my stuff away without telling me? Added to journal, old photograph, and trash. A quote is written on it. Remember, hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. I hate it when she does this. So at this point, I think you should have all of the collectibles and clues for chapter 1. It's quite foggy outside. I can barely see the roads. My bed. I sleep much better on my own bed. Alright. They say I should enjoy my youth, but I find it difficult. What happens after graduation? Where should I go? Will I end up like Mom? Stop worrying so much, Ray. Life moves on regardless. Be hopeful. At least this weekend's going to be. And let's go examine the door in a minute. A well-built closet. It was part of Mom's diary. Alright, let's examine this door. You hear a lot of noise in the background, right? They're fighting again. Feeling a bit sleepy now. I should go back to bed. So we know Ray is having problems at home. She's having trouble dealing with her parents, back and forth fighting each other. And I know that's relatable to most people in real life. So we can see like the first layer of her, her struggles at school and stuff like that, with the tardiness and stuff like that. Her having to go to counseling at school. Just be based on the problems between her parents. So let's go back to bed. Yes. If a paper plane could whisk my dreams away from here, where I could wake up and find myself in a foreign land, to start a new life as a stranger to all, oh how wonderful that'd be. Alright guys, the game is now saving. That is chapter 1 completed. I am going to end the video here, and we're going to pick up right after this for chapter 2. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I hope you are getting familiar with the story so far. You can see how most of these characters are playing an integral part in the entire story. We found out what happened to Wei. Unfortunate. And we know that the start of Ray's problems has to stem from her parents arguing and fighting every night. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm out.